I've got two main reasons for being happy today. The sun's shining, and I just recently bought this. So basically what had happened was I was going to buy this boat brand new next year. It was like £17,000, so I thought, right, well, next year I'll just go for it. And I was going to buy it from Yam Power because they do the whole package deal. Check it out, it's absolutely fantastic. It comes with the engine, the boat, the helm. It's all set up, all built up for you. It comes with a trailer, the light bar, everything. All you really need to do is basically have a tow bar and stick on a registration plate, and that's you good to go. But when I seen this boat on Marketplace, it was the night before I was due to come home. It was a bank holiday the next day, and I never had a tow bar. Plus, during the week, my van had to go in for the wet belt to get done. So it was a bit of a logistical nightmare trying to get that boat. It was supposed to be from, but the guy lived in Nairn, which is away up past Fort William, away past Inverness, sorry. And as I said, I was trying to get a way to get it and picked up because I never had a tow bar. So luckily my neighbour, Marcus, who I owe a massive favour, he decided to take me, and the guy that was selling it met halfway. And that was me. I got it, and then I had to wait until I had a tow bar, my wet belt was done, all that kind of thing. So that was the story of me getting it. But as I said, it came with everything that I would have bought brand new from Yam Power, only there was like the odd scratch here or there where the guy had obviously used it, and that didn't bother me because until that point of buying that, I had never been in control of a power boat in my life. So it was a learning curve as well as a bit of a logistical nightmare. But fast forward, and we're here today. It's scorching, as I said, and we're going to get it on the water, so stay tuned. And if you're interested in these boats, I'll tell you everything that I've done to it. I've added extras here that make it just a bit better for me, and I imagine it would make it better for everybody else. But there's a couple of wee things that I'm really proud of because it's it saved me an absolute fortune, and you would not believe like where I got it from. Well, that's us arrived. I've got the boat all prepared and ready to go into the water, so I'm going to mount this camera on the back of the van just to show you how easy it is to actually launch this thing on your own with the drop down bow. Right, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the whaly boats, this is one here. This is the 455 model, which is a 4.5 metre boat. Kind of self-explanatory, but this one has the drop-down bow, as you can see. Well, the ones below that, the 435 and on the way back, don't have the drop-down bow. You also get a 455R, which is foam filled, and it's used as a rescue boat, classed as a rescue boat. So, but I can almost attest to this being unsinkable as well, because myself and my daughter came out, and I stupidly left the bilge plug out, thinking that you needed to drain the bilge, but this boat is actually a high density polyethylene roto-molded boat, which means it's formed and moulded and it's hollow inside. So if you keep the bilge plug inserted, there's no way that the bilge can get filled with water. But me, as much research as I've done, I stupidly thought that when the rainwater or any water on the deck drained, it drained into the bilge. So I stupidly took that out, thinking that was going to drain it, and forgot to put it back in. But the boat still stayed afloat. It was kind of hard to steer, not unresponsive, but it was a bit of a nightmare, and it just wasn't getting anywhere near the speed that I needed it to get. And that was it. I realised that was what the problem was, and I took it back, put it up on the trailer again, pulled it up on the slip, and it took an hour to let the water drain out. So it shows how much water that took on, and it still got me back, and I still managed to get it up on the trailer. Now, bearing in mind, that was the second time I'd ever had this boat out, and it was the second time I've ever been in control of a power boat, any boat other than a pedal boat and holiday. So that shows you how good these boats are to operate, and to be honest, they're so low maintenance as well, because you're not going to get any rust, you're not going to, it's not going to deteriorate or rot like wood or anything like that. It's just polyethylene. You just give it a wash down, and that's it. Fuel it up, wash it down, enjoy the boat. So this is the only thing that's going to need maintained, and that's a Yamaha 40 horsepower 4-stroke. Now, you keep that maintained, this boat's just going to run and run and run. It's honestly, I'm not just saying this because it's my boat, but I've wanted one of these for a while, and since 2018 I found out about whaly boats off a friend, and I've wanted one ever since. I could have had plenty of opportunities to get one. Well, I had my dogs, and I'm absolutely raging that I never took that opportunity, because they would have absolutely loved that. I mean, who wouldn't love this? Look at the place. My little dog that I've got, she loves plodding about the islands, and but my big dogs would absolutely love this. So anyway, as I said, I'm going to show you everything that I've done to this boat. You've probably seen it, and you've probably got an idea of what it's going to be, but I'm going to go ahead and show you anyway. Okay, so first of all, let me get to the thing that's going to probably baffle and confuse people more than anything. So yes, I do have artificial grass on the deck of my boat. Now, hear me out on this one and let me explain. Right, so this, it's not the thickest, because this is just a cheap one that I picked up, but I actually have this in the back of my van as well, and the reason why I got it is because the back of the van's got this polyethylene kind of bed liner as well, and it was pretty hard for the dogs to stand on. So the dogs were standing on it, and sorry, give me a second and I'll get this off. No, I can't. So dogs were standing on it when I was braking, and I could hear them sliding in the back of the van. So I put this down for a few reasons, because one, it would give them grip. Two, it's easy to clean, so you just pull it out, hang it up and jet wash it, and bang, it is back to normal, and it's nice and clean. Unlike a carpet, if you put a carpet, I had a carpet in the back of my pickup and that was an absolute nightmare. So it stunk, it got dirty, all that good stuff. So anyway, the reason why I've got it in the boat, again, is for grip. There's a few reasons why I've got it here. For grip for the dog, and so she can walk up and down the deck, quite the thing, while I'm in choppy water as well. It's good also, I'll show you this just quickly. So I don't know if you can see here, but there's sand and grit and small stones and things, because this is a shingle beach, and there's some in there. There's some sand. So it acts as a filter and catches any stuff that would possibly go through the deck and get washed to the back and clog the drain on the deck. So that catches it, and then when the time comes, I'll just take it out, hang it on the fence, jet wash it, and all that stuff will come off, and it's not going to block the drain. So that's another reason. And also, it's not so much this, as I say, I'm going to replace it with a good 40mm thicker stuff. But it's good to lie on, and it's comfortable. And I've slept in the back of my van, camped in there, and just put my sleeping bag down, and it's nice and comfortable. So I'll be doing the same on this. So that's it. And also, like, if you're coming on and off, it's nice to, it's more comfortable in bare feet. And sure as shit, if there's something that you can stub your toe on, you will do it. So at least you're not going to be able to stub your toe on the little ridges of the deck on this boat, because it's got little ridges. So that's it. That's the reason why. And do you know what? I've done it. I'll do it again on any other boat. If there's anything that I can get use that artificial grass for to make it comfortable and things like that, I will do it. Give it a try. It's cheap. It's I mean, 1 metre by 3 metres is all I got here, and it fits. So give it a bash. I can guarantee you'll actually love it. Right, so now that's that explained, I'll move on. The next thing I done is obviously put these seats in. These seats were £103 off Amazon, and you know, for such a cheap seat, they're really good. It's the folding seats. Just I bolted them onto the bench lid there for over my fuel tank, and they're nice and comfortable. You know, you can just sit back and relax, and obviously do what you do in a seat. So the A-frame, I put the A-frame on as well, because that never came with the boat when I bought it. And this thing here is the Railblazer. It's the star mount with the camera mount on it. So I got 2 of the star mounts, and I bought the camera mount, which is overpriced, to be honest, I think, but it's still a good system. And obviously I've put one here as well. And do you know, there's so many accessories you get for these, so that I put that there so I could obviously mount a camera, but at the same time I'm going to be able to mount a navigation light, a 360 navigation light, anchor light, sorry. And here I can just obviously mount my camera and things, so they'll come in handy. It just means I've got to spend a fortune on the Railblazer anchor light. So this thing here, I'll take you around and show you for the front. So this is just obviously a phone mount, so it's a multi-directional or posable, whatever you would, articulated phone mount, and that's for obviously my phone, but it takes like a tablet as well, and I use that to mount my phone in and use the navigation app, Navionics. I put that on there. This is, I bought, that was with the boat when I bought it as well. It's just a fish finder. There's no get navigation on it, but I use it as a depth gauge, depth finder and a fish finder, but I don't fish, so it's a depth finder, even though the navigation has got, the navigation app's got that. This is another little thing, just a wee, obviously a handle just to help you steer, so you're not feeding the wheel through, and it makes it a wee bit easier. It's not the greatest quality, but this of all places comes from TEMU. I got it in TEMU along with these. So these, I'll show you this side. These are just nylon mooring cleats, so I wanted black ones rather than silver ones to match the boat, and to be honest, they're solid. The screws had nice big heavy threads to go into the polyurethane, so I just pre-drilled the holes, put a bit of sealant on it, and put in the screws, and they're hold solid. I've got one here, two each side at the back and two at the front, and you know, I'm on a loch. I'm not in the sea where the waves are going to be. I'm going to be docked at a place where there's going to be a lot of movement in the boat, so these should last the pace. And see, to be honest, if they don't, if they break or anything, I'll just take them off and replace them, because they were cheap enough. This mooring line I got from Amazon, 21 quid I think for 10 metres, and it's really good line. I've got like I bought a TEMU one. I really should stop that, but do you know what, to be fair, some of the TEMU stuff is good quality, but I bought that one and they said it was like a 10mm rope. It's about, you're lucky if it's even 8mm. So that's about as much as I can think. Oh, actually, here, this is another thing that I bought, another Amazon buy. So the SE Sport 300 hydrofoil, that's designed for a 40 to a 300 horsepower engine, and at first I was thinking I might not need it. It's probably going to be unnecessary, because the engine, it was actually really responsive anyway. You know, it was great. It was there was nothing really wrong with it, but now that I've put that on, it gets up on plane so fast. It's really good. But the reason why I bought it is because when you're coming in at slow speeds, the bow actually is a bit high in the air. It was just a bit, it was up a bit, and I would just wanted it to be down at slower speeds, but it does that a bit. It does bring it down a little bit, but nothing great. But as I say, when you really put the throttle down and you get going, this thing's up on plane instantly. It was it'd maybe take about 50 metres to get up on plane before, but you're talking about, I'd say probably about 10 metres maximum, and you're up there. And you see it does get to the top speed and things like that. Fuel-wise, fuel economy, I don't know if it makes any difference, but it should do if it's getting up on plane pretty quick. So I think that's about it. The only other things that I bought is a bit of, for the tow part of my trailer, I just bought a bit of like warning tape, grip tape kind of stuff, and put that on there so I've got grip, because I got on and off this thing, as you'll see when I launch the boat. I try and get on and off this using the drop down bow, and it keeps my feet dry, which is good. So a couple of times I've stood on that towing bar and I've nearly slipped and went into the water. But so that's it, that's everything I've done. Anything that I do in the future, I'll make a video on that as well. But other than that, I can't think of anything else that I've done. I bought an anchor, but I've not tried that yet. I maybe go and try that just now, out in the shallower water, see how it goes. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything more I'll be making plenty more videos of this, because although we've got a beautiful day today, it's not always like this in Scotland. So I'm preparing myself to use this all through the winter, snow and ice and everything, because as you can see, these hills are beautiful and the scenery is absolutely beautiful. So I want to be up here when the snow's on top of these hills as well. So I'll be wrapping myself up and doing camping trips and things like that. So stay tuned for that. And if there's any questions, or if oh no, I've actually almost forgot. I said there's a thing here that I was really proud of, and you'd be surprised at where I got it. So this is it. See these here? It's like a gel cushion thing that you get for your office chair, and it's in a cover. So what I thought to myself was, for these benches I would need something to sit on, and for the cushions that go along here, just up the sides here and this side that I'm sitting on, £1,000 from Whaly. Now that's just a waterproof cushion kind of thing, but it's like the flat surface, so if it rains, that's going to hold water. So I thought to myself, I'd buy this and it would serve a lot of different purposes. So it's going to be comfortable, but because of this honeycomb, no water's really going to sit on this, so it's only going to splash and go through, and it's going to actually keep your arse dry. So I thought to myself, I'll get it and I'll just cut this so it fits the bench. But however, when I put it on, look at this. It fits the bench. I'll do it this side actually, because you'll be able to see it better. So put it on, it fits the bench, and it gives you a little bit of a backrest as well. Stops your back from getting hammered off the side if it's a bit choppy. And I'm not just saying this, but it is absolutely so comfortable that I'm actually going to buy more. So again, you can slate TEMU and things like that, but these are off TEMU, and I highly recommend them, because people might scoff all those things and think, that's it. But I'm telling you, I do my research and I properly plan. I'm getting munched by something here. What the hell is that? Anyway, so I do my research. That's actually drawn blood. I don't even know what the hell that is. So I'm going to actually link everything in the description, because I know people might scoff at that and might poke fun at it being from TEMU and all this kind of stuff being for TEMU, but it's good quality, and these are one of the best things that I've actually thought of. As I said, it serves a great purpose, keeps you dry, keeps you comfortable, and they're cheap, £5, something like that. So it beats £1,000 for like cushions that's going to get your arse wet and just look like a big part of the bench. So I buy stuff and test it out because it's cheap enough to do it on TEMU, and you know, people will laugh, but I guarantee if you buy these things, a couple of these, whatever I've bought off of here, you'll be happy. you'll be happy, and it's going to save you money. So we'll let you go now. I'm just going to head back and I'll film the little trip back, taking my time, nice and relaxed, and I hope you enjoy the video. And leave a comment if there's anything you want to add, anything you want to know, or whatever. If you've got a whaly boat, show me your boat. Anyway, have a nice day. I'm going to enjoy the last of this sunshine, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.